Shalom. We are the Isupk coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yahan. We are here to teach our people of Negro, Indian, and Hispanic descent the truth according to the Bible and destroy all lies that the Christian church, the pastor and preacher have been teaching you for years. Tonight is the Lashawan Qadash class. Lashawan Qadash, which means holy tongue, which is the language that the angels, the Most High, Christ, and the disciples, and all of the 12 tribes speak. Not Yiddish, not Yehodah, not whatever kind of Yiddish language mixed with, heathen tongue, but a pure language, which is Hebrew, which is Lashawan Qadash, which means holy tongue. And one of the premises of the scriptures for that is Zephaniah 3 and 9. If you can get it for me, Baba Kushal. When you have it, read it, please, Baba Kushal. Three and 9. Zechariah 3 and 9. I think Zechariah 3.
Zechariah chapter 3, verse 9. For behold, the stone that I have laid.
Zephaniah 3 and 9. Salaki on that. My mind was on another scripture as soon as I heard it. Zephaniah 3 and 9.
Trying to work out. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 9. For then will I turn to the people a pure language.
It says, for then will I turn the people into a pure language. That pure language is a language that is unfettered or untouched by other languages trying to mix with it, just how the nations try to mix with the 12 tribes of Israel. It says, for I will turn my people into what?
To the people a pure language.
It says, then I will turn my people to a pure language. This language is the Lashawan Qadash, which is the holy tongue according to the Bible, which means the same tongue that the Most High speak, the angels speak, the disciples speak, Christ speak, all the priests and prophets of Israel have spoken. And this language do not have anything added or taken away from it. Just like Revelation, the 22nd chapter says, do not add or take away. So if our Hebrew has any other language mixed with it, it is not Lashawan Qadash. You have these other Israelite groups that still speak this bastardized Yiddish, that still speak these impure languages mixed with our Hebrew. And of course you have the ancient Hebrew, you have, or what they would call the Paleo Hebrew, and then you have the Assyrian. Anything in the Hebrew with a J, E, O, U, or V in it is not holy tongue, but a bastardized version of what the holy tongue should be, which is Yiddish is bastardized. The Hebrew is bastardized. Anything with a J, E, O, U, or V in it is not Hebrew or Lashawan Qadash. And with that, saying that, I am priest and officer of 1,000 Gabar Da. And with that, we are going to get into some words in the Lashawan Qadash. Do anybody have the Hebrew chart? I think one is right in there. But anybody who doesn't have a Hebrew chart, make sure that you let me know so that you can get one. So we can go through the alphabet and also the correct spelling of these words. First, I want somebody to go through and say the Hebrew alphabet. And it doesn't matter whether it's the ancient or the Syrian. So will somebody go through the Hebrew alphabet for me, please? Babu Kushal. Okay. Can you speak and say it very loud for everybody to hear?
A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Ka, Ra, Sha, Ta.
Is hold on for a second. Salaki on that, just handling protocol. But could you say the alphabet for me one more time, Mark? And you did good the first time before I had left. But the one that you missed was qua. The QA is qua. Mhm. So if you can say it for me one more time.
A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Ta.
Excellent. Twa. Twa. Yeah, there's 22 characters in the Hebrew. The brother just went through all of them. Very Tawab. It's like you said, it's A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sai, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Tha. So it's 22 characters in all. Unlike the English language, which always have a double meaning with things, and there's 26 letters, which has 22 characters in it. Nawar, would you like to say the alphabet?
A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sai, I, Pa, Taza,
Taza,
Taza, Ka, Ra,
Kwa.
Kwa,
Yeah.
Ra, Sha, and Tha.
Very good. Tawab. Yeah, and you gotta watch where, you put the emphasis on words in Hebrew, because Hebrew is such a direct language. Like before we had started class, we had went into Zephaniah 3 and 9, which tells you, for I will turn my people into a pure language and explain it to everyone. That with this Lashawan Qadash is very direct and it's very straight on. It's not like with Yiddish with things added to it. And what they did when we was in, these other nations' captivity or under their slavery or authority, they added stuff to our Yiddish. That's how you got, the so-called white man speaking a bastardized version of what we originally spoke that was passed down from our forefather, Shem. Passed down from our forefather Shem. And once you get to Eber, that's where you get the Hebrew from. Ibar. But in what we are going to do today is go over some words. All right. So does anybody know? And I want you to write these down if you get a chance. I want you to write these down if you get a chance. So basically, does anybody know the word for face? Like when we say Alawat Panya, which means stand to face the general, which means you're going to stand and you're looking at the general and you're going to salute him. So one of the main words in that is Panya, which means face. Panya, Panya, which means face. Another word which, which is very much used is the word give. The word give, which is Nathan, Nathan, Nathan. Like how we say Nathan Lanawa, which means give to us. Another word that we have is the word for heaven. We have a very valiant brother, diligent in the truth, whose daughter name is Heaven, which her name is Shemaiah. But for this word heaven, when it's talking about the atmosphere out there, which is Shemaiah. Shamayam. Shemaiah. Another word that's not much used but can be used is the word for I, which is ayan, which is I, the letter I, and yan, which is Y-A-N, ayan.
And that's singular for I.
The same with for I, like your actual eye that you see out.
I thought you meant like did.
Mhm.
Okay.
If I was talking about you,
Okay.
I would say a thought.
Okay.
But if I'm talking about me myself, I would say I would say as far as you're actually saying I would actually say I young. Yeah, EYE for I. Another word that is good to use, and I'm just giving some of y'all these words to go home and study, you know, which is a word that should be used because it's in the prayers, or how we say rise and face to the east. Amadi Wapanya Hakwadam. You ain't gonna get that overnight. Which is Kwadam, which means east, which is Qadam. Hold on for a second. Bear with me for a second. So what are some of the words that you have so far? Can somebody read them out to me? Go ahead and walk.
Hanya.
Which means
Face.
mhm,
Nathan.
which means
Give.
mhm,
Shemaya.
mhm, uh-huh.
Ayan.
Mhm. Is that
Kodam.
which means east?
Yeah.
hmm Another word which you need to know is like when we say yadiyam mata. Yad, Y-A-D, means hand. So if we telling you yadiyam mata, we're telling you hands down. And that's after we salute. So after we salute, hands down. Yadiyam, the other part is mata, which means down or hand down. If you use both of them together. And see, another word that people get confused that I always have to, not really, but I do debate on when, especially when you go to like Genesis 1 and 1. And, they talk about, because the Christian church don't know the Hebrew, they don't know what it really means in Genesis 1 and 1. When it says, and God created the heaven and the earth. the Most High name is not there. So you really wouldn't see God there. The word would be Elohim, which means God's powers, or basically it's the host of heaven. Because the Most High sits on the throne and gives the orders to who? Exactly, to the angels. So Bara'asha, Bara'a, Elohim. And that's what it is in Genesis 1:1. You do not see the Most High name there, which is Yahweh. So you can have a lot of these Israelite groups that try to debate, talking about, yeah, it says God created the heaven and earth. The thing is, how you know that if you can't read Hebrew, if you can't read the Lashawan Qadash, if you cannot read the Hebrew, you do not know that it is the powers, the angels or the host of heaven that created the heaven and earth in Genesis 1:1, which is Bara'asha, Bara'a, Elohim. If you have your Blue Letter Bible app on you, Shalom, phone. If you have your Blue Letter Bible app on you, you can look it up in Genesis 1:1 to let you know that in the beginning, the powers created the heaven and earth. The Most High gave the orders, the angels done it. That's why it will be Bara'asha, Bara'a, Elohim. So, can anybody that's just coming in, can somebody do the alphabet for me? If not, you can always ask for a Hebrew alphabet chart.
Abagadaha, Wazaka, Tayaka, Lama Nasa Apa, Tazakwa Rashata.
Excellent. Tawab.
Sure.
My eyes, the ball was off.
Sir,
What's going on, my eye?
sir.
I think you got your dude done showing off.
Huh?
I think you got your dude done showing off, looking great.
Anyhow.
Yeah, love my brothers. So, the next thing, one of the next words that I want to go to is the word Father, which will be also in the prayers in Matthew 6:9 when it go Abba Nawa. But Nawa means our. So if I'm saying Abba, I'm saying the word Father. So if I say Abba Nawa, it would be our Father. So the word for Father is Abba, which is AHBA. Because we know how Matthew 6:9 goes. Abba Nawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Qadash, Hayash, and Ka. See, that's two words that's in there that we had already went over, which is Abba, which means Father, and Qadash. Qadash means holy, which means holy, and that's Qadash, Qadash. How we say holy tongue, Lashawan Qadash, because Lashawan means tongue, and Lashawan is Lashawan, Lashawan, which means Salaki, which means tongue. So like Zephaniah 3:9 says, I will turn my people unto a holy tongue, unto a pure language, which means I will turn my people to that holy tongue, which is the Lashawan Qadash. All these big Israelite groups out here want to debate, claim they know the Most High name. They don't. They use J's, E's, O's, U's, or V's in it, and it doesn't amount up to nothing. How you going to serve or call on the name of the Most High in Christ, and yet you don't know his name? You don't even, matter of fact, the Most High blatantly gives it to you what his name is, according to Exodus 15:3, when it says the Lord is a man of war, the Lord is his name. You wouldn't see the word Lord there, because the word Lord is Adawan. Dawan, Adawan, which means Lord. That means the Most High put that person over you to guide you and to teach you. Adawan. So the word Adawan means Lord. So you wouldn't see the word Adawan there. You would actually see the name of the Most High, Exodus 15:3, where Lord is supposed to be, and it would be Yahweh, Yhwah, Yahweh. And you know, people have got to be crazy to be up there talking about, well, we don't see Christ's name there. Christ gave a clue. He said, I come in the name of the Father. So if the Most High name is Yahweh, was Christ's name, which means he is to save, or he saves, Yahweh Shah. So that's very much evident. So you will see Christ's name in the Most High name. So another word that you can use in everyday language to be like, oh, I'm finished this, or I'm finished that, or I'm finished work. The word Gamar means finish. Gamar, which is Gamar, Gamar. So if anybody can, for the sister's sake, if you've written the words down, can somebody go over and say the words out loud so the sister can write some of the words down? Baba Kushal, and Baba Kushal means please. That's BABAQASAW. Baba Kushal.
You want the alphabet, Shashan?
Mm-hmm.
Abba, Gada, Hawa, Zakata, Ya, Kala, Mana, Sa'apa, Taza, Kwa, Rashata.
Excellent. Excellent.
She got on.
Give that brother a hand. For the brothers who already said it, you know. Kind of, it should be somewhere in there. If somebody can get the sister a sheet. And when you get the sheet, sister, if you please, to say the alphabet to the best of your ability. All right. So what are some of the words so the sister can write them down? Go ahead.
Panya,
Panya, which means face. Like when we salute the general, we tell him Al Panya, which means rise, and Salakia, Alawat Panya, which means we rise to salute and face the general. Panya, which is Paya. Go ahead and give it the next word, Baba Kushal. Nathan, which means give. That's the next word, Nathan, which is Nathan, Nathan. And notice all the time that we're going through the Hebrew, you have not heard one J, E, O, U, or V in it. Because we don't bastardize the language. Like Zephaniah 3:9 said, I will turn my people unto a pure language. which is the holy tongue, Lashawan Qadash. Anybody? Lashawan Qadash, which means holy tongue. Lashawan means tongue, and Qadash means holy. So any of the Hebrew, if you're seeing J's, E's, O's, U's, or B's in it, it's not holy tongue that the Most High had us speak and pass down from Adam up to Shem, from Shem to Abraham, and so on. But that Hebrew is definitely coming after the Tower of Babel from Isupk, which means his name means Hebrew, which translates into from the language from the past. Trooper Noir, give me another word, Baba Kushar.
Shemayah.
Shemayah. The word Shemayah, which means heaven, which is Shamayam, Shemayah, which means heaven. For a brother who didn't say the alphabet yet, can you say it to the best of your ability? If you don't have an alphabet sheet, somebody can give it to you. Okay, go ahead. Excellent. Excellent. So with that, give me another word, Nawar, Baba Kushar.
Ayan.
Ayan, which means eye, like your eye that you see out of. And that would be the letter I, Y-A-N, Ayan. Ayan. What's another word that I gave you?
Qadash.
What is it?
Qadash.
Qadash. Which
Like service east.
come, Qadam, which means east. Like we say, Amadi Wapanya HaQadam. Qadam, which means east. That's Qadam. Notice there haven't been any E's said at all. No J's, no O's, U's, or B's. So you have these other Israelite groups who have gotten away from the Most High truth and started adding their own things. That's Romans 10:3, but that's for another time. And yes, it's Romans 10:3, which is a cut to them. All these other Israelite schools wannabe, that's these fake Israelite schools, all of them have been taught One West, and we have never used J's, E's, O's, U's, or B's. Give me another word of Kushal Nawar. Abba, which is AHBA. Go ahead. Somebody give him a sheet that's right there and then. Shalom Yeshua. Yeah, for any brother who didn't say it, go ahead. The crowd.
They both. T-A-T-A-C-H.
Correct. Gotta be slick. How you spell Ak?
A-C-H. Slot. A-H-C-H.
Come, I was wondering where my other H went.
A-H, because there's no vowel. That had nothing to do with it.
What's the word for sister?
For what? For sister. I don't know.
Aqua.
Oh, yeah.
And you know how many times all of us said it? Aqua. A-H-C-H-W-A-T-H.
So it's mother.
Ama.
Ma.
A-H-M-A.
My father would be there.
Abba.
Abba.
A-H-B-A.
It's not.
Mhm.
It says not one.
Say again.
It says not one.
There's no more? I thought we had more printed up. Well, brother's gonna have to be very brotherly and share until we can print some more up. So if you have a sheet, move to the nearest brother and share the sheet. Come on, we all brothers in here. We different tribes, but we come all, not only from Adam, but we come. Come. But we all come from Jacob. I know that in here we have heard this word a lot. Do anybody know the word for hear? Do anybody know the word for hear or to listen?
Oh, shit.
You probably on it because I kind of,
Get what I'm doing.
but I don't
For a
know.
while, I would say them.
Shema.
Exactly, Shammai, which is S-H-A-M-I, Shammai, which means to hear or listen. It means to listen. But if you listen, that means something ain't going, which is your mouth. So if one of the captains or so on that's over you tell you to Shema, it means to shut your mouth and listen. So that means you're hearing things and you're not speaking at all.
I got one. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
All.
The word for all,
It's 2 or 4. 4. Right?
say it one more time.
All.
You mean like all of this?
No, like A-H-L.
Are you saying the word?
I don't know. I'm not saying it right. Scratch it.
Well, the word for all is Kal, which is K-A-L. Do anybody know the word for, because anybody know the word for good?
To what?
Exactly. Which is T-A-W-A-B. Tawab. Now, if you got good, what must you also have?
Bad.
Or? Exactly, or evil. Anybody know the word for evil? Rai, which is R-I. Now, I'll give you a very easy one. And it's a name of one of the tribes. What's the word for happy?
Get it.
No, not Gad. La.
That's right.
No, Gad means a truth. That means when we get together, we had war parties. I love being a guy.
Zebulon.
Not only did I give you the word, but I gave you the tribe. So you gotta give me the actual Hebrew word. I see the wheels turning in your head. That's what we need. That's what we want. Thank you. All right. What's that right there?
Action.
Which means exactly a charm.
Sure. Right. Oh, see, I'm thinking action. I'm thinking in the English mindset. So,
Exactly, because the scriptures say that he was happy when he was born. So a shar.
so that's AHSHAR.
Yep, a shar. Does anybody know the word for mouth? The word for mouth. And you might be a little perturbed when you hear it, but it's an easy word for the word mouth. Pa.
Pot.
Pa. P-A-H. Pa.
Pop.
So, sir, what was the spelling for happy?
Ashar. A-H-S-H-A-R. Ashar, which means happy, and one of the 12 tribes. Oh, yeah.
Also, like Isupk, you say Amaya, like, can I mention that as well?
Yeah, Amadium, most definitely.
How do you spell that?
Amadium, A-H-M-A-D. Wait a minute. Oh, Y-A-M. So it's A-H-M-A-D-Y-A-M, Amadium, which means to stand or be at attention. You'll always hear it in two ways. Amadium Wapan Yaha Kwadam, which means rise and face the east, or Amadium Al Panya.
Salaki.
Mm-hmm.
Can you go back and say that before the rise and face the east? How you say that?
Amadium Wapanya Hakadam,
Wapanya. What does that mean?
which means rise and face the east.
So, which one is rise and which one is face east?
Amadium,
That's standardization.
Wapanya, which means to face.
Wapanya is WAHPANYAH.
Wapanya. And Kwadam is east.
Qadam is QABAN.
Exactly. Amadium Wapanya Hakwadam. Go ahead.
Can you spell that out one more time?
Come.
I'm trying.
I'll get that. I see it.
No doubt. Because I'm gonna tell you this, the Hebrew is going to help you when we have the high holy days, and you know that we have coming up very soon, the memorial blowing of the trumpets. And then after that, we have the Day of Atonement. So this will help you, get familiar with words. So great when you study the alphabet and you start seeing how the words are by you recognizing the characters. Because for some reason, thanks to General Korbalamov, thanks to Captain Osh, I started recognizing how to put the words and the letters together, and I started saying out the words. It was difficult, but when you stick with it and you practice, you don't have to, like if you got your blue letter Bible app, you don't have to do pages and pages. All you have to do is a little bit at a time until you get familiar with actually saying the words.
So, real quick. Amadium, stand at attention. Wapaya means the face, and Kodam is the east.
Exactly. Amadium Wapan Yaha Kodam.
So, how you say west?
If I can remember.
If you're going to know east, you got west. And north.
West.
Let's get that to us now. It's a lot.
No problem.
Sloppy.
Oh, no doubt. That's Ma'arab. Ma'araba. That's M-A-I-R-B-A-H. Ma'araba.
Sloppy. See that?
Ma'araba.
M-A.
You got the Ma. You got the Ma. You got the I. You got the Ra. You got the Ba. And you got the Ha. Ma'araba.
Can you spell that one more time? Sloppy.
M-A-I-R-B-A-H. Ma'araba. The word for eat, that's akha, ma'arba, west.
And the eat is what?
Akal, A-H-K-A-L, akal.
And that's to eat. Exactly.
When I get better in my Spanish, we'll have Spanish class too, because we got a lot of Israelites around here, Simeonites and so on.
Right. Sorry, sir. Well, you said A-H-K-A-H, Aka?
Akal, A-H-K-A-L.
Oh, I thought you said Q.
Oh, no.
So Kodama was a Q or was it? For East, was that a Q or K?
That's a Q. Quadam.
Quad, right. So a cow is A-H-K-A-L.
Yes.
So Aka is to eat?
It means just eat.
Oh, just eat. Okay.
Yeah, it means just you eat. One word, eat. E-A-T. Huh? Akal, A-H-K-A-L. And we all love to do that. Go ahead. Ma'arba. M-A-I-R-B-A-H. Which means west. So as far as your list is concerned right now, can somebody go ahead?
Also,
Shabbat. Shabbat means rest. Says Shabbath. Shabbat. Wait a minute. Drop the H. Shabbat, which means to rest. It comes from the Hebrew word Shabbat, which means rest.
So it's S-H-A.
Shabbat. Like we say, Amadim Shabbat. Mhm.
You got my robot. You got that down?
You got questions?
S-H-A-B-B.
AT. Notice there's no O's in Shabbat. I cannot. You know, it aches my soul to hear that Yiddish. A woman tried it with me, a Jewish woman. The bastard, you know what? I want to say the other word that I was thinking, because I know the word for it. But I'm not going to teach you that.
Shalom.
And you know, and you know what is a female dog. Yeah. But she gonna try somebody. She gonna talk about she gonna ask me how's your peace. She gonna say Mashalamka. And I'm looking at her like, you know, why should I say that? You ain't my people. So, you know, I was like, okay, I give her one, so I say Shalom Katab, which means my peace is good.
Right. But this, so
It even rolls off my tongue as being nasty with that Yiddish.
so when I was a fake Israelite, right? So,
My ears.
when I was a fake Israelite, right?
Well, you're home now.
I used to watch Zabak and them, right? And they would say,
Atabayah.
yeah, they would say, a Thai boy, a Thai mom's. What does that mean?
Oh, Atab Mamzer.
All that. What does that mean?
Man, they was out there teaching you cuss words for real. I'm gonna tell you that.
Salak, yeah. I just always wanted to do
Yeah.
that.
That's why Isupk is known as home is the truth, because that's what we speak here is the truth.
Salak,
Go ahead.
Those two words that he just used, salat and compromise. Yes, sir, yes.
Yes. Come.
How you spell it?
Which one do you want first?
I got Salak if I could. K-A-N.
K-A-M.
I don't want A-H-B-A-W-A-H-N. Yeah. This is my phone.
All right, out.
I say it a lot.
Khan is K-A-N. Adawan is A-H-D-A-W-A-N.
Oh, there's no H before the N? Oh, Salak.
Adawan.
A-H-D-W-A-N.
Adawan. So you're saying, yes, Lord, yes. So when you say Khan Adawan Khan, you're saying Khan Adawan Khan, which means yes, Lord, yes. And that would be a man over you in rank.
So what is Yahweh Ba'Hashem?
Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
Yeah, what does Barakatah mean?
Barakatah, which means bless you, which would be B-A-R-A-K. Barak, and that's the name of a very diligent and valiant brother. And Athah, which is A-H-T-H-A-H. Athah, which means you.
A-H-T-A-H.
A-H-T-A-H. Athah.
Barakatah, and that means
Bless you.
bless you.
Exactly.
So does Elias, how you read the system? I never understood that. I
Yahweh Shamar al-Athan, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai.
What does that mean?
The Most High watches over you.
Okay, how you spell it? Shema.
I mean, the Most High in the name of Christ watches over you.
Most High, name of Christ. That would be how y'all say it?
Yahweh,
Yahweh Ba'Shem.
that's for the male.
Ba'Shem.
For the male. If I'm saying to you,
Right.
I'm greeting you, like it says in Romans 16:16, that holy kiss, which is a salute.
Right.
Nothing homosexual, believe that.
Right.
I would say to my brother, my people, the people of my nation, my kinsmen, according to the flesh. I'm going into Romans 9:4-7, if you don't know. But what I'm doing is saluting you according to how Christ greeted the disciples also, which is Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Barak Atah, which means the Most High in the name of Christ bless you.
So when you say Barak Adam, that means bless y'all.
Yes, then make the thumb making it plural. Now, if I was talking to a sister, I would say Yahweh Shamar Al Athan Bahasham Yahweh Shai.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
You're getting confused.
Yeah, so I never, like, in 5 years, I never even tried to even grasp that. I'm like, yeah, I say what I have to.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. Some brothers have went ahead and, some of them didn't know how to say it. So, they'd be like, Shalom, sis.
Send the brother to prayers. So
No doubt, sir. The wallet. Oh, Shalom, Yishkata.
I mean, the salute. Send him the salute.
No doubt, sir.
Yahweh Shema
Al
Al
Athan
Adon
Bahasham
Ba'Shem.
Yahweh Shai. That means you're greeting more than one sister when it's a thon. But when it's one sister, you're greeting her as a thon. So you gotta know when to put in a thon and when you gotta put in a thon.
So Adon is one of the most.
Yes,
A third one.
yes.
Shem Yahweh Shem. Got it. It's a lot.
Go ahead.
Take it. Yahweh Shema Al Ba'Shem.
It could be both depending on if it's one sister, it's a thon. If it's many sisters, it's plural, which is a thon. A-H-T-H-A-H. A thon.
So a thumb is feminine. A thumb is masculine.
In a sense, yes. Because I wouldn't greet you the way that I greet a sister. That's like a whip, you know what I'm saying? No, I gotta greet my brothers with some spirit, with some power. I gotta greet my brothers how I would greet them so that when we go to war, the spirit of brotherhood and manliness is right there. And you're gonna know that I'm not the enemy, because how I greeted you as Christ greeted the disciples.
Right.
Real quick. So that Yahweh Shema that means, what does that mean?
The Most High in the name of Christ bless. The Most High in the, you saying it for, you mean the one for the sisters?
Yeah.
Oh, the Most High watches over you in the name of Christ. Yahweh Shema Al-Athah Ba'Shab Yahweh Shai. I ain't going into no G.I. Joe, so we talk about knowing is half the battle. Half.
Yahweh is spelled Y-A-H-A-W-A.
Y-A-H-A-W-A-H. Oh, we're gonna have to get some more pens ahead. I'm gonna see if I can pick some up tomorrow. You got a question, sis?
I just gotta get the letters for sister and brother.
Oh, the letters for sister and brother. Okay, brother is Ak. A-H-C-H. That's for brother.
A-H-C.
And for sister is Aqua, which is Achchwath.
This is my first.
Achchwath. Mhm. You feeling a little bit better? Back up.
You said it's a water.
Like this. Like this.
See, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's what's worth fighting for. If you don't know, that's what we're fighting for. That's a blessing.
Can I run down my list?
Uh-huh.
So I got for all, I got Call,
Mm-hmm.
K-A-L, Batak, I got
Mhm.
Mo,
Mm-hmm.
Shema, is listen,
Mm-hmm.
Tawab is good,
Mm-hmm.
Ra, is eat,
Uh-huh.
Ashar is happy,
Uh-huh.
Pa is mouth,
Uh-huh.
Amadi, standard attention,
Mm-hmm.
Wapanya means the face,
Mm-hmm.
Wadam, the east,
Mm-hmm.
Ma'araba, the west,
Mm-hmm.
Akal is east,
Ma'araba.
Ma'araba is the west,
Mm-hmm.
Akal is east, Shabbat is rest,
Uh-huh.
Karawakan, yes Lord, yes,
Mm-hmm.
Barakatah, bless you,
Uh-huh.
Adam is plural, you know, I just,
Yeah.
then I had Yahweh, Shema, still can't get out. Yahweh, Shema, Adam, Hashem, Yahweh,
Mm-hmm.
means the Most High watches over you, name Christ.
Yes.
Ak is brother, and Aqua is sister. What
Exactly.
did I miss? I know I missed something. So I messed up there. Ak. So like, can I?
Yeah.
Ak is A-H-C.
I'm feeling better. Cool. We gonna kick it after class. We gonna kick it after class, okay? Yeah, I see him mention up here. Hey, you gonna take my spot? You gotta do your 90 days. You gotta come in here and do what you gotta do. You gotta be able to, after you do your 90 days, be able to read. Hey, you got a leg up because I done heard you count. At 3 years old, counting to 120. He knows his alphabets. He know, animals. That's a blessing. I can tell you from experience, he's very, very, very intelligent.
So like, my big mom said it the other day. She got me so.
I know he gonna take any rib that I'm trying to get to know.
I'm gonna say I'm on a board.
Yeah, he almost reconsidered me getting one too. I'm like, you adorable, you ain't that adorable. Unfortunately, right now you can't come behind here, but I'll kick it with you after class. So, do anybody have any questions that they need answered?
It's like,
Mm-hmm.
how do I know if I'm saying it right? Like if I'm at home reading with the blue letter, like she asked this, how do I know I'm saying it right?
Because what I did was, when I gave you the word, I gave you the meaning of it, and I spelled it out for you.
Okay.
And plus y'all got my phone number, so if y'all run into a problem, y'all can call.
So when you're reading,
Mm-hmm.
you're looking at the Assyrian and then recognizing the letters translated into the Hebrew and then pronouncing it.
Well, how it is that you're looking at, either the ancient or the Assyrian. But what you will look at the pronunciation of each letter. Like we done said the alphabet, right? Abagada, Habazaka, Tayikala, Manasa, Patasa, Kwarash, and so with that, you're looking at the letters and it's making out that word, but you can later look on your chart and see whether the spelling is correct. That's why I emphasize no J's, E's, O's, U's, or V's.
So if I'm looking into the Buddha,
Mhm.
or I'm reading from the Qadash,
Mhm.
it doesn't have the ancient in it, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it doesn't have the ancient. It has the Syrian.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that means I'm gonna have to recognize the Assyrian monies
Mhm.
and then speak it in ancients, which is.
Exactly.
Okay.
But you know, if you see on most brothers' clothing
Yes,
that they make, it's the ancient on there.
yes.
Mhm. That show you that we are the people that the Most High talk about because we put our name on everything.
I haven't seen anybody with these here.
Oh, ask that diligent brother and officer of 5,000 Yagarwa.
Okay.
He make you some stuff that's unbelievable. God. Matter of fact, he didn't make this, but guess how long I had this? 91. And it still lasted. The black and red wristbands that I have, 91. And it still lasted. We don't make it jump.
So, I mean, starts a lot. So, I mean, I could just ask what these people names. So, what does Napash mean?
Offhand,
These are the only words I know is the names that I see. I mean, they names, right? They mean something. Like, so they're not just
every name
every
means
name
something.
means something. So,
Yeah, every name means something, meaning that we just didn't go and choose a name.
yeah.
That through the Spirit of the Most High in Christ, that we got our name, it was given according to your characteristic, to the Spirit that the Most High had blessed you with. Like mine is Gabar Da. Gabar means warrior, Da meaning four. So I'm the fourth man in all of Israel to ever have that name. And I think and there's many Gabars, but as far as I know, one Gabar Da, which is me. Most High in Christ. So with that, does anybody have any questions? And you better get get back down there very soon. Very soon, get back down there. Well, I told you we'll kick it after class. That little warrior got a lot of energy. Ah, see. See, he done the salute again. I love it when you do that. All right. So, how many? Let me give you a few more letters. Matter of fact, the word for battle. Let me give you the word for battle. It's Qurab. Qarab. Qurab. Qarab, which means battle. Now, this is a very popular word in most of the scriptures, especially when we were asked to sacrifice the lamb. And the Most High said, "You shall take the blood and sprinkle upon the door seals and whatnot." The word for blood, the word for blood is dam, D-A-M, D-A-M. Yeah, D as in dog, A as in admiral, and M as in monkey. Dam. Matter of fact, Do anybody know the word for captain? Anybody know the word for captain? Go ahead.
Saran.
Exactly. I already know you do it. We say it so much. It's Saran, which is captain is Saran. 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 Do anybody know the word for general? Alawap. Ahlawap. Alawap. Another word that you can use is the word for beautiful. The word for beautiful. Anybody know that word?
Is it Rapa?
No, not the raw one, but you close. It doesn't have the raw one.
Apa? Oh, correct, sir.
You close though.
Hmm.
Need it. Yapa.
Yup.
Yapa. You almost had it though. It's Yapa is beautiful, which is Yapah.
What
Yapa.
about officer?
That's Quatatazanium.
Tazanium.
Cap says a better name.
What'd you say, Cat?
Now that's a long word. No joke. That is a very, very long word. So I'm gonna give you a household word right now. I'm gonna give you a household word. Do anybody know the word for radio? We have a word for radio. And TV and telephone. But the word for radio is Shamai Thabah. Shamai Thabah, which is Shamitabah. Shamai Thabah, which is radio. You're getting a lot of Hebrew words today. And these words you can use in everyday sentence because we was using these words back then. Also, Most High turning us to a pure language, which is the Lashawan Qadash. No J's, E's, O's, U's, or B's added. That Yiddish is trash. That Yiddish is trash. That means when we was under captivity of Amalek, they stole what was ours. And they added these J's, E's, O's, U's, or V's in the Hebrew, because the J didn't come until the 1700s. And most of the time where they was using the J and they couldn't print it out, most of the time was a Y was used. So if you saw something like Joseph, it would actually be Yawasop, just to give you a hint of how things would go. Like, for instance, like, what's another? Matter of fact, like if you would taste something that was so sweet, we have a word for that, and it's rayak. Rayak. And it was actually in a prayer, but that isn't used anymore. But the word for sweet is rayak. And that is spelled Rayach. Rayak. And I know this brother knows this. What's the word for spirit? Exactly. Rakah. Is spirit is Rachaa. Rakah.
R-A-W.
And it's R-W. You're right.
Is it?
You're right. Come, he's right. Rawchaaa. He's absolutely right. I forgot the W.
Oh.
But it's Rawchaa. Rakah. Class of all these words that we have, hopefully I can do it sooner than I did of writing in the Hebrew. Lashawan, Qadash. And that'll have you better readers, that'll have you participate more in High Holy Days, but it all starts with learning the alphabet. It all starts with learning the alphabet. Because if, like how we have Sabbath service, if I just read something out, unless you was taught what each alphabet meant, or you was taught what the word meant behind it, you wouldn't realize what we're reading. Like, we went over the word Father today, right? Which is in the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa Shabbat Shema Qadash Hayash Shemka Yahweh Malak Wakatah, which means our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. And we're going to also, during class, at one time, go through the names of the 12 tribes also. Yeah, Zion, that's Israel. That's like a surname, Zion, which is Z-I-O-N. But in Hebrew, the word Zion, which is Z-A-Y-A-N, means weapon. A lot of Captain Oz and General Kabbalah. So any questions so far? Alright. Another word, and I know we should definitely know this as many times as we have been on the mic and called them this. Do anybody know the word red? The word for red, R-E-D. We'll show you, huh? You right, that's what he is. The devil is red. He's the so-called white man that's on the face of the earth, walking on a planet, trying to devour us. And you know, he's he's the nation that the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. You're right. But what does the word red in Hebrew means? What's the Hebrew word for red? Say again. Exactly. Give the captain a hand. Saran yard. That's what it is. Saran yard. Captain, well, Nathan Saran yard. Give the captain a hand. Captain was right. It's Adawam. Adawam. A-H. That's red. Talking about Esau. Yeah, when you read Genesis 25 and 25, they tell you he came out red and hairy all over like a garment. Saran means captain. Yeah, but captain was right when he said Adawam, which means red. Adawam is A-H-D-A-W-A-M. Adawam, which means red. Am, which means red. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to Genesis 25 and 25. Genesis 25 and 25 in the Hebrew. Vayat Kala'a, Hara Ashwan, Adam 1 Ya, Kawa, Ka'adra, Sha'ar, Vayakara Awa, Shabwa, Aishwa. But Adam 1 Ya, what means talk about his people in plural, which is red. Because it says, and the first came out red all over, like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. When it talks about, because when he came out of the womb, he was the only one that didn't look like nobody else, showing you that Jacob was a black man. But when it described Esau, it particularly describes him because it was like he's abnormal. Everybody else looked like everybody else. But here go Esau, looking red and hairy all over like a garment. The original cave dweller, the original caveman, like it tells you, is also Obadiah. But this ain't scripture breakdown. So that word Adawam means red. All right. So any questions? No? All right. So let's go into for sacrifice. the word for sacrifice, which is zabak. Zabak, which is Zabach. Zabak. Matter of fact, this is a very interesting word. How do you say shield? Exactly. Exactly. Magan.
Salaki. I raised my hand first.
Good. I'm not.
Oh, you
See,
spoke.
well, look, I saw it. Salaki though. I saw his hand first, but you know,
Magan, M-A-G-A-N.
it means shield. Magan means shield. Like how we say Magan Dawada, which means shield of David, not star, which I hate when somebody does that. They want to be like, oh, it's the star of David. That's the bastards that's doing that. But I don't want to go too far off.
M-A-G-A-N.
Exactly. Tawab. Yes, it's called the Magan Dawada, which you can find in Esther 8:8, which talks about King David's signature, which is a name, not a star. A star is a ball of gas in the sky that burns at a high temperature of degree. You cannot wear a star, but you can wear the king's name, which is David, which is Magan Dawada. And go ahead.
Dawa is D-A-W-A-D-A.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dawada. Yeah, them Jewish bastards will trick you up in a minute and talk about it's a star. How dare they? A star has 5 points. That's how you know how wicked they are. A star got 5 points.
It's a signature, right?
Exactly, it's a signature. When you go to the ancient Hebrew, fourth letter of the Hebrew alphabet, which is that triangle. Then you got the sixth letter, which is Y, which looks like a Y. Then you got the last letter, which is Da, that triangle again, which is Da. Some Jewish bastard tell you it's the V. Ain't no damn D's in Hebrew. It makes it no
So when you look at the shield behind
Mm-hmm. That's King David's name.
so the under part is just, that would be the.
And the chain, right? This would be the Y. This is Da and Da.
Right. Da and da. So the
Da-
Y is the part underneath.
Yeah, Y is the actual chain that it hangs from.
Okay. All right.
So Da, Y, Da. Yeah, see, them Jewish bastards don't know what they talk about. They was sugar. I tell you what that.
What that mean?
Nope, I'm not telling you. I will get in trouble for it. Just know that is bad and they deserve that. They are
I know how to spell
masters.
it. I know how to spell it. Oh, M-A-S-H-A-G-A-N-A.
Mhm.
It's a lot. I can't find out what it means either.
This ain't
Yes,
your word,
you
you
can.
just Google.
I know what it means. It's not a good word. I know what it means. It's not a good word. That's all you need to know. Cause let me ask you this. So if Magun is shield, what is star? What's the word for star? See, that's how you know that right there, Magun Dawada is not a star. Star is another word by itself entirely. The word for star is kawaka. Kawaka, which is Kawakab. Kawaka. When I was
So I can say that one more time. Kawakab.
Kawakab, which was star. So when I was mentioning the shield of David, you didn't hear me say star, did you? That's showing you how wicked the so-called white man is by making something into nothing because he's angry, jealous, mad, and he's a culture vulture without culture. He does nothing but robs and steal. That's an Obadiah too. Talk about if the grape gatherers gather grapes, would they leave some behind? Talk about how Esau steals from everybody's culture and he has none. That's why the Most High said that he was a fugitive from justice and a vagabond, a goddamn bum. The white man is a bum. He don't have no culture. Who you gonna say he is? All of the 12 tribes got flavor. He's just as bland, dull. Don't nobody want to be him. No nation on this earth wants to be the so-called white man. Our people foolishly sometimes want the privilege, but guess what? That privilege get ready to overturn. 2nd Ezra 6:9. But Jacob is the beginning and Esau is the end. So why would you want to even be a white man? What value is it? Ain't no value to want to be white. It's flavorless, bland. They can't even cook. They even stole our fried chicken recipe, and guess what? Now you got Popeyes. Because that black woman is a liar. She ain't no damn representative of Popeyes. They just got out there so black people can buy more fried chicken. Let's tell the truth. She's a fake and a fraud. She don't own no part in that company. She is just used in commercials. I wonder if she can cook fried chicken. Esau is using her like a puppet. Talk about her original crispy recipe. Let me see you live on TV or live in front of my face fry some chicken. Come on. 1 Thessalonians 5:21. Prove all things. Prove to me that that's your company by frying me some chicken.
That's right. That's right, man.
Damn right. That's been black, Hispanic, and Native Indian recipe for the longest.
What in the law? Under the law?
Yeah, that's in the Bible. Fried chicken.
Hey, that's a law.
What's that? Deuteronomy 2 and Leviticus 2:7 and 2:5. Fried chicken. That's what it is. Fried chicken is Leviticus 2:5 and 2:7.
Leviticus 2 and 5.
And 2:7. Because matter of fact, I'm gonna go to that real quick.
It's like I can read it.
Oh, go ahead.
Leviticus 2 and 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if thy oblation be a meat offering baking in a pan,
It says if thy oblation be a meat offering baking in a pan, go ahead.
it shall be a fine flour.
It shall be a what?
Fine flour.
It shall be a fine flour. Go ahead.
Unleavened.
Unleavened.
Mingled with oil.
Mingled with oil. Guess what that is?
That sounds like chicken back.
Exactly. That's shake and bake. That's shake and bake.
Right. That's what that is, right.
Now read the other one.
That was not, what was the other one?
Leviticus 2 and 7.
It's not. And if thy oblation, what is oblation? It's an offering.
It's an offering, exactly.
If thy oblation be a meat offering baking in the frying pan. Wow.
Baking in a what?
In the frying pan.
Where do you put chicken that you want real crispy?
In the frying.
In a frying pan.
It shall be made of fine flour with oil.
Fine flour with oil. So what is the Colonel talk about? He got 11 herbs and spices, the goddamn thief. Esau steals everything and makes money off it because why? It was ours to begin with. Esau has invented absolutely nothing. When Esau came into power, he started stealing the patents for a lot of black, Hispanic, and Native Indian inventors. He started stealing their ideas, their inventions, their gifts. when, when they arrived at the patent office. They had a funny scene that was in Family Guy. And a lot of people didn't catch it. It was this black man who had an idea, right? So you see Thomas Edison there also, and he was supposed to be working at the patent office, right? So he told the black man, no, somebody already made that. So when Thomas Edison looked and noticed that everything was clear, he brought the brother over and slammed his head in the door and killed him. And this is on Family Guy. They blatantly showing you out there that white people invented nothing.
Second.
If it wasn't for Dr. Charles Drew, then guess what? Nobody could sustain their heart when it was damaged. If it wasn't for Eli Whitney, the cotton gin wouldn't have been invented. If it wasn't for George Washington Carver, then it wouldn't have many uses for peanuts, even the ingredient for plastic and explosives.
If it wasn't for Ralph Sampson.
Throw me your keys out.
One of them guys made phone, Sampson. Sorry. I forgot his name. But the black guy that made the cell phone, Sampson something.
Exactly. A black man made the cell phone for look who profiting off of it.
Black man made everything.
Exactly. Because matter of fact, what scripture proves that? Just to give you a little quiz, not to hinder you.
That we made everything.
Mm-hmm.
For thou made the world God. Give me a hint. I bet you I can get it. It's a lot.
It says, for ye are the salt of the earth. Without us, nothing would be here. We the one who, during the time of slavery, after the time of slavery, even now, are the hardest workers in Babylon right now. If it wasn't for Hispanics, Native Indians, and Negroes, there would be nothing on this continent called North America.
Right.
The white man is a thief, a murderer, a rapist, robbers. Matter of fact, check this out.
Salaki. Henry Sampson. I said Ralph Sampson. That nigga played for the North Carolina State. Salaki.
Matter of fact, give me Deuteronomy 19 and 14. Show you how much of a thief he is. How did he know to come over here? How did he know what? Go ahead. Mm-hmm. What scripture? Be careful.
It was the second Ezra.
Uh-huh.
6th chapter.
No.
4th chapter.
No.
It's a lot.
Are you speaking in reference to scripture or are you speaking in reference to resource?
Oh, you know I'm speaking in scripture. I'm speaking in scripture. Isaiah 28, 9 to 10, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little, weave it taught well. His second address 50.
Second address what?
1340 to 50.
30?
13,
13, 40.
40 to 50. Talk about the 9.5 tribes coming over here. And about we are the salt of the earth. Just to reiterate, go back, that's Matthew 5 and 13. Showing you that without our flavor, without our swag, without our culture, the so-called white man will still be nothing today. Because if we all left America, what does he have to latch on to? What does he have to steal? He would die out within a couple of days. I wouldn't even give him a month. I would give him like not 10 days. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, Salaki, what you saying is so heavy, Yacht, because check this out. America is a corporation.
Exactly.
You understand? And because America does not have to care about the humanity of black people, they can do anything to generate funds. So for instance, putting crack in black people's community to fund the Cold War and to get a up on Russia. If you think about it, back during the Cold War, Russia and America was at what they call a Cold War, which was an arms race. It was an arms race. Russia has twice the landmass, twice the resources. Matter of fact, 3 times the resources and landmass of America. But America has slaves that they don't have to give a damn about the humanity of. So what happens is America went on and incorporated black people as slaves, put the dope in the community and the gun, sold the dope to us, and then started mass incarcerating us and started making money and generating funds at a rate that Russia couldn't keep up with, even though they had twice the people and 3 times the landmass. America outpaced Russia in the arms race because America has slaves and won the Cold War. The white man's the devil, huh? Salaki, I ain't mean to mess you up.
This is where you can get, they talk about, oh, the Bible is fake, this and this and this. Okay, let's talk about mass incarceration. What scripture is that?
All over.
Sure. Let's see if I can remember correctly. Bear with me for a sec. It should be Matthew 5 and 26. Matthew 5 and 26. Can somebody read that for me? Matthew 5 and 26. This is talking about mass incarceration.
Quickly, Aki.
Quickly, because when brothers don't have the money to pay, the scripture is going to tell you what's going to happen. Go ahead.
Matthew 5:26. Verily I say unto thee.
Matter of fact, so I can go to Matthew 5 and 25. That talks about traffic stops.
Matthew 5:25. Agree with thine adversary quickly.
It says, agree with thine adversary quickly. Now, we know that an adversary is somebody who is against you. It says, agree with thy adversary quickly, which means while you up there in a traffic stop, you're being belligerent. Don't go ahead and fight them by talk about this. Just say, thank you for the ticket and keep on moving. He's trying to give you he wants you to give him a reason to pull his gun and to kill you. So it's saying, why in the ways of him in that traffic stop, agree with thy adversary quickly. Go ahead.
While thou art in the way with him.
While thou art in the way with him, while you at his mercy. Go ahead.
Lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge.
And anytime he arrests you behind for being belligerent, and you just happy to be alive, and he take you to jail. Go ahead.
And the judge deliver thee to the officer.
And the judge deliver you to the officer. So yes, they playing tag with your life, with your freedom. They trying to convict you and put you in jail for absolutely nothing. Go ahead.
And thou be cast into prison.
Where you going?
Prison.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Verily I say unto thee, thou shalt by no means come out thence.
It says, verily I say, by no means thou shalt come out thence. Which means you ain't gonna get out on your own time.
It's heavy.
You're gonna have to prove without a shadow of a doubt that you was not doing this to the officers, that you was on your best behavior, that you was not making them mad. Because they can put you in jail for making them mad. Go ahead.
Thou shalt by no means come out thence till thou hast paid the uttermost farthing.
It says, till thou hast paid the uttermost farthing. Now, what brother you know if they put in jail right now could afford to get out of jail on bail? Because guess what? If say like you gotta go to jail on a $5,000 bond, how much you gotta pay?
10%. If you get free of Frank, that's 1%. But
on that 5,000, that's $50. That's 1% of that $50.
Check this out. On a $5,000, that's 500.
10%, that's 500.
Exactly, 500.
Fred Franklin.
What? Who got $500 to pull out their pocket right now? Nobody.
20 people not even gonna give it to you. It's a lot.
Exactly, it's a lot of money. Esau want to make sure that he grabs you, put you in jail, and that you can't pay your way out. That your bail is so high that you gotta stand there until you gotta go to court, and then the DA, the district attorney, and the prosecutor up there playing tag, and they're gonna put you up like a sacrifice by saying, "Oh, he can't pay it. Let him stay in jail until his time is up," which makes you what? Free labor.
What's so heavy about this is, where was Christ living at when he said this? In Rome?
In Nazareth, the ghettos.
Oh, okay. So this just go to show you that the white man always been the white man.
Exactly, he always been evil on the earth. Ever
Bail
since he,
system, all that thousands of years ago.
calm.
It's a lot.
Yeah, because it's like this. Ever since we broke the Most High laws, the Most High say He will put a foolish nation over us, and we shall be the tail, and they shall be the head. And also the scripture that says, I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking on the ground. That is talk about the role reversal that Israel had to face with dealing with these heathen nations. Go ahead.
What's a farthing?
A farthing is a form of money. It's a form of money. So until you pay the uttermost part of the money, or what you can afford, because a farthing usually like almost like a halfpenny, a form of currency at the time. So if you can't pay the uttermost farthing, if you can't pay the whole bill, you're gonna stay in jail. This is biblical. So what the hell these fake Israelite groups talk about? The Bible is fake. Guess what? This is irony right here, because check this out. When an atheist breaks his foot or he get hurt, what the first thing he say when he in pain?
Oh my God.
Exactly. He say, "Oh God, Lord help me." You fool. How you an atheist, but you done broke your leg, you in so much pain, you calling on God? I thought you ain't believe now.
So like, real quick, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I got a homeboy, he a Muslim. He got shot like 10 times, and he told me, he was like, man, I was called for Jesus. It ain't funny now, but I'm just saying, he was like, man.
Exactly. That's showing you that these denominations out here, these religions, Christianity, Baptist, and all that, the Most High say He does not dwell in temples made by hands, which means you picking a philosophy and rudiment after men and not after Christ. So how in the hell they calling themselves Christians? To be a follower of Christ, you must do the law, statute, commandments as Christ said to do, that was not done away with in Matthew 5:17-19. So guess what? That's showing you how wicked these pastors and preachers are in the church. Because why? They telling you you can do what you want, you can hate your brother, you can slap around your wife, you can call her all kinds of names, she can put you out, she don't have to do nothing you say, she her own independent woman, all of that. What I say right there is rebellion and witchcraft against the Most High. Go ahead.
Can I get a breakdown on verse 39?
What does it say?
But I say unto you that you resist not evil, but whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn him the other one. I know that's not saying be no punk.
Basically, they're saying be merciful to your brother because your brother might not have meant it. But
why did he use that? I mean, not why, but
why do they use about turn the other cheek?
yeah, why did he use that as an example?
Because that's a form of wicked Christianity. You get somebody that you don't know to slap you on your face, what you gonna do? You gonna swing back, right? That wasn't talking about for our people. That was talking. Matter of fact, that was talking about for our people. But you don't have to do that to another nation. You can defend yourself, especially if you're in the right. When they talk about turning the other cheek, that means forgiving your brother as Christ has said. Forgive your brother 70 times 70, which means as much as possible. Because your brother might have offended you and you might not do what he meant by it. You know, so you have to forgive your brother. You do not have to forgive another nation. When Christ come back, is he going to forgive these nations? Because guess what? Luke 19:27, for my enemies which think that I should not reign over them, bring them hither and do what? Slay them before me. So how much mercy is Christ going to have when he comes? They talk about, oh, you got a sky daddy. You talk about your big brother. You're damn right. You're damn right. I want my big brother to come. I want to bring out my sword, fight by my big brother Christ, and by my Isupk brothers, and for the truth, and slay all these damn nations that done everything to us. Because guess what? Zechariah 11:5. For they slay us and hold themselves not guilty. They are going to get payback as the Most High Christ has said. Revelation 13:9-10. He that putteth into captivity shall what? Exactly, go into captivity. Come on, Connor. This is the last one, sorry.
Two.
He that killeth with the sword, what? Must, which means without a shadow of a doubt in your mind that Christ and the Most High is going to slay and kill without a shadow of a doubt. Because why? They've done it to us, we get to do it back to them. And that always go back to 2nd Esdras 6:9. For Jacob is the beginning of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of the world, and Esau is the end. And with that, we are the Isupk coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. We are here to teach our people of Negro, Hispanic, and Indian descent that we are the 12 tribes according to the scriptures. We are the true biblical priests and prophets of the Most High, and that all other nations need to pay their damn rent, and they need to have payback for the things that they've done to us. The Most High is not forgiving no other nation, nor have the Most High dealt with any other nation. And that's in Psalm 147:19-20. And with that, I'm going to give it up to Priest and Officer of 50, Matazabah, and he's going to read the announcements. So why?
Security announcements. We are the Isupk out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this, the 6 months period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18 and 21, and Malachi 3, verse 8 through 10. Means 10th in Hebrew, and it's pronounced Mayashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations, we got the Memorial of the Blowing of the Trumpets coming up in September. October, we got the Day of Atonement. We got the Harlem Cookout coming up August 30th and 31st, the weekend of the 31st of this month. Remind Akim and Aquadium to check on social media such as Isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for Isupk events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he has to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, Men of Israel,
Imagine. Barak.
One courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Barak. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbat Thumb.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbat Thumb.
Yajimatah.
So, we're going to turn and face the system. Michael, the Rock.
Yahweh Shema Elohim Bashim Yahushua.
Yahweh.
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 Shema.
Shema.
Aladam.
Bashim.
Yahusha.
Daniel Patel, class dismissed.
Everybody line up in rank and order. All right, sis, shalom.
Somebody will walk it down.
Make sure that sister get outside, right? Somebody walk her down.
No.
You guys sit right there. Type
Not this all gonna be a little bit late, sir. And Alizai. They texted it, sir. Alizai had to go pick up Natazal. He was a little late from his slavery.
Since you right there, I'm on this side.
I'm gonna move. I'm gonna go up. You can start it off the ball dog over here, just to go from right to left. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Salaki, you know what this goes to? The spring. You know what the spring goes to?
The what?
It's a spring on the floor.
Just leave it over there. Put it on not there. Not there, back there. The what?